what's wrong. Rewrote the song. Thoughts become action. Tell me what's happening. What's your mind wrapped around?
Alrighty, righty. It is Esteban once again on Jump Academy doing Pogo. We've completed ABC. We completed walls. We're just gonna head straight into Pogo. I've once again got my show keys plugin ready to go. And we're ready to go on Pogo. So, what is Pogo? I'm gonna explain to you what Pogo is. That's a very good question. Pogo is keeping yourself in the air by holding crouch and looking down. Also holding the left mouse button. So a Pogo is basically doing this. Just holding down, crouch, and the left mouse button. And using WASD to move yourself around like this. Just like that. That is a Pogo. Now, there are different forms of Pogo. I'm gonna come back to that in a bit. But you're gonna use those WASD to get around like obstacles, like these two walls. So, you get into a Pogo like this, and then you start moving around with your keys slowly. A good thing to remember about Pogo is taking it slow. You don't want to rush through the jumps because you're not gonna make it and you're gonna get angry. So, number 13. What we do here is exactly the same. We move around slowly, always holding down left mouse button and crouch. If you don't hold crouch, you're gonna fall, basically. So always hold crouch, left mouse button, and move slowly. Number 12. This is basically the same thing. You jump and hold left mouse button. Now it gets a little harder because now you actually have to plan out where you're going. You can't just go anywhere. You start a Pogo, then go to the middle one. Be very careful not to lose concentration. Just like that. You can also do it quicker by planning out which platforms you're gonna shoot. For example, if you want to make it fast, you can do it. Shoot this one, and then shoot the middle one. That's a good plan. And then you do like that, and you do it. That's a horrible explanation. But basically, also, you don't need to jump first like this on each of these jumps. You can just fall and shoot kind of behind you, so you don't get too low or too high, and you get more speed. But I would recommend you make a little jump here and just take it slowly like this. Alright, same thing here. I would recommend that you don't try doing this as it's advertised. Like, you don't need to start here, then jump up here, because that's gonna be too hard. What I would recommend is just jump straight to the second one and just do the same Pogo technique that I just taught you. Look down with crouch and hold left mouse button. Very simple. Number 9. It's the exact same thing as the other Pogos, except you have to go in a straight line. It is literally the same. Jump. Just keep looking down. Just like that. This is very beginner's Pogo. This is exactly the same. Not exactly. Kind of. Very easy. Number 7. This one is interesting. You don't actually need to go slowly up all 3 platforms here. But you can do it if you have the patience and you really need to take it slowly to complete it. But you can do it like this, very slowly. Just working your way up there. But that takes too long. What you can do is make a regular rocket jump from here and then aim for the top here for the hole and then just shoot once. But yeah, that's how you do that. Number 6. This one is kind of different because now you can't just look down, hold crouch, and mouse 1 and move around. Now you'll actually have to move your mouse a bit so you get some speed. You can jump on this one, firstly, but you'll also have to look kind of behind you and give yourself a kind of flick so you get some speed. You can also try and do it by just going quickly like this. But if you're new, you're probably not going to be able to do that. So just take it slowly. But those are 2 ways to do this. Right. Number 5. This one is very troubling for new players and even players who have been jumping for a little bit of time, because the hard part about this is you'll have to do a wall climb. The Pogo part in this is very simple. It's just the same: crouch and look downwards and hold mouse 1. But now once you get up against the wall, hold W. This is important. Now always hold W here. Now you're gonna use A and D to stay. Like, you'll have to find like a center. Like, you see this little line right there. We're gonna use this line as a center. So we'll jump over to the center, and you're gonna use A and D to stay at that line while you keep holding W. And the magic part is this. Now you're gonna move your mouse a little bit upwards so the rocket hits the wall instead of the ground. Very slowly. Like this. And you're just gonna keep holding it. You're gonna have to play around with how much you move your mouse to get to hit the wall. But you'll probably get it. Now just keep it very steady, which is kind of hard. You're gonna have to be very quick. But eventually you'll get up top here. Number 4. There are a number of ways to do this. The way I recommend you do it is you make a small rocket jump here. That is a rocket jump without using crouch. So you get just in pogo height over the platform. Now once you've done that, you press crouch, and then you propel yourself towards the door. So a small rocket jump, hold crouch, and shoot towards the door. Like that. Alright, number 3. The tricky part about this one is this little ramp. But you should just be able to jump And just look kind of behind you so you get some speed, because you're not gonna need some speed to get over this gap. So, just like that. Also, for this one, you probably can't just look down on this one, because when you get some speed, your rocket is you're gonna be faster than your rocket, so you're not gonna get any velocity from the blast. So you'll have to look kind of forwards, so your rockets follow the same speed that you have. Kind of like that. Alright. The last two jumps are very hard for beginners, so I'm gonna try and explain them the best I can. The beginner's way of doing this is just doing regular pogo. Now you have to get over a little gap. We've done this before. Now you gotta choose either one of the sides, the left or the right side, it doesn't really matter. Now, jump the little gap. And now you have to work very slowly of getting up this little ramp, and then a little gap again. Now this is the hard part, because there is a moving platform right there. And you're gonna have to get onto that moving platform, so you're gonna have to time it with one of them going by. And now just use your keys to stay on this platform while it moves. And once the platform is close to the end, you just jump over. That's the beginner's way of doing this. Also, if you want to take it very slowly. There are a different way of doing this, which is it's basically only a method you want to use if you've been practicing rocket jumping for a while, because you're probably only gonna be able to do it if you've been practicing for quite some time. But you're gonna use this pole, the platform with the 2 on it, the platform behind it, and you're gonna have to time it with the moving platform, because you're not always gonna get the perfect opportunity for this to work. But you're gonna make a jump from this pole onto that platform with the 2 on it, onto the platform behind it, and onto the moving platform. So, kind of like this. You really have to get the timing with the moving platform. You can stop the platform from moving by using this button behind this pole, but I'm not going to do that. You just want to practice getting a good height, a low height over the 2, so you can continue going. And the most important part is getting the moving platform timed right. So that's Pogo 2. Pogo number 1. This is basically a more advanced version of Pogo 5. So what you do here is, for this one, you don't want to jump before, because, yeah, you're not going to go into a Pogo like that. So crouch first, then walk over the platform, and just use your mouse button, the left mouse button, just hold it down. Now, go forwards and clear this little gap. Might want to practice doing that, because it's kind of a far gap. Now, you want to work very slowly. A mistake that people always make on this one is they try to rush it, and then they just don't make it. Just go very slowly up the platforms, because it's very easy to fail on platforms. No, not platforms, ramps. It's very easy to fail while going up ramps. So just do it very slowly. Now you're gonna have to go across some very small pieces of wood. You want to position, I don't have my crosshair on right now, but you want to position your crosshair slightly to the left of the little way here, so your rocket hits the wood instead of just going past it like that. That's what you want to avoid. So keep your crosshair a little to the left of the wood, and you should be fine. So once you make it across here, now you're gonna do the wall climb again, which it was hold down W, use A and D to stay centered, and just move your mouse upwards a little bit, so your rocket hits the wall instead of the floor. So just I can't even do it. So you just hold that very steadily, and you'll get up the wall slowly. And once you see a line of I don't know what it is, just a different texture, it's like stone or something. Once you see that, just shoot yourself backwards, and you've completed Pogo course. Alright, this one, once you see this line, just shoot yourself backwards and you'll land up here, and you've completed the Pogo course. Alright, next time we'll do sync. Oh my god.